Hello, my friends, it's Peg, and today I am going to work on a junk journal or a book that is going to be filled with junk. This is just a book, I don't know where I got it from, secondhand store or something, and what I'm doing is I'm ripping some pages out just to make more space because as you layer things up, your book tends to fill up, and so I'm just flipping a few pages, grabbing a few pages, ripping them out, and making room so that as I glue or stick things down, there's going to be room for more things to go in here. Now, I had begun working on this particular book some time ago. I have another video, and I'll try to put the link to that. It's when Cindy Utter and I were talking about glue books. And so I'd started work in this book in that video. If you are interested in glue books, be sure and check out Cindy Utter. She has her own methodology for how she approaches glue books, and I think you will enjoy some of what she does. So once I've got a number of these pages removed from this book, I'm going to glue some pages together. They're not real sturdy books, they're pages, and if I put any wet mediums on, I want to make sure that there's enough sturdy paper there to support paint or water or whatever I decide to use in here, because this journal is going to be my stick-it book. I'm going to stick just about anything in here, and that's why I call it my stick-it book, because it might be gel print, it might be some ephemera, it might be some other text paper, some tissue paper, some whatever. It's whatever I decide to stick down. And so I'm going to call this my stick-it book. And this is going to be my first stick-it book because I've got a lot of stuff. We all have a lot of stuff, right? And we all need to use it up. And as I was doing things, sorting things out for some collage work, I decided that I have way too much stuff that just needs to be put into a book. So I do have some pages that are in process. I'm getting some gesso out here, and I'm just going to spread some gesso. But what's the process for this stick-it book? Well, there is no process. It is just find something that you think needs to go into a book and stick it down. And there will be pages in process, there will be things drying, there will be things that are further along, but as I find something and I want to put it down, there's a little bird die cut, and so I'm sticking it to my page using a Yoo-Hoo glue stick. And I have other things out on my desk that can be used. Here's a piece of a napkin that I used in a video the other day. I've still got pieces left on my desk. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stick it down. So, and I can use glue stick, I can use gel medium, matte medium, whatever you have. There are no rules here. It's just creating for the love of creating and using up what we have, because, instead of tossing everything in the bin, once we've finished a project or something, we've got all these little bits and pieces left on our desk. And so it's fun to create with those little pieces of things. Now, Cindy has a whole process where she uses bigger pieces and medium-sized pieces, and but go watch her if you're interested in what her process is. I am not doing that process. I am feeling whatever I feel when I see a piece, looking at it, seeing a color, seeing a shape, deciding where I want that to go and on what page I want that to go on, and I will just glue or adhere these things into my book. Here's a page. I have some scraps of paper already glued down. I'm going to glue some more. This is just a piece of text from the book itself. And then I'm going to look at other things on my desk. Now, one of the things that I'm doing this month is, and actually for 100 days, is I'm doing the 100-day project for this month. So it'll be like about 3 months that I'll be working on this 100-day project. And what I'm using for that is stencils. So I decided that on this particular page, because it's a little further along, that I would use some stencils. So I'm continuing to glue whatever pieces I've got here, and then I'm going to get out some other mediums. So you see a hashtag there on the screen, Stickit Junk Journal. And this is a hashtag that I'm going to use when I am posting any pages from this particular journal or from any other Stickit Junk Journal. And feel free to use the hashtag if you are going to play along with me and do this. It's just another way to be creative and use the things that we have. You know, these things need to come out of the drawers, need to come out of the bins and cupboards and closets and get used up. So it's a good play, a good way. You know, a journal, you can wreck it. You can totally wreck it. You can tear the pages. You can cut the edges. You can cut windows out. You can glue just about anything down. So this is not precious. This is just artistic play. So one of the things I'm doing is this 100-day challenge. If you know about the 100-day challenge, I'm doing it this year, and I am doing 100 days of stencils with Stencil Girl products, and I think Shell is doing the same thing. So today's stencil is from Jessica Sporn, this owl one, and then I also grab another one from Nancy Curry, but I thought the dark browns and things on here would look nice with an owl on it, right? Don't ask me why I went this way. It's just what I was thinking as I was looking at, I look around my studio, see things that I've laid out. I had a pile of stencils here, and I was wanting something that was more of a finished image. And so I grabbed this one because, stencils can be for backgrounds and for finishing and, lots of different purposes for stencils. So this is just some black paint, just studio acrylic, and I'm stenciling the image onto the page. So I hope you do feel inspired by, what I'm doing here. I hope you are using the things that you have in your studio and are creating. And I hope that you feel up to being creative. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and we all feel oppressed a lot of times by just things that are happening, the COVID, the world problems, it can dampen our spirit. It can keep us from wanting to be creative. Here, the weather has been lousy. It's been raining for about a week, off and on, and we're even talking about some snow tonight, and I'm not looking forward to that. I'm working in a cold basement. That is not conducive to me being very creative, because all I want to do is sit and huddle. And I have to turn on my space heater to even want to create something. So I'm going to finish this page out. I don't know if I'm done with it or not. I'm just going to, do the best that I can for this journal page, because it was just a way for me to create something today, something other than, sitting in front of the boob tube, or I could read a book. I could, there's lots of things that I can do, but the studio needs to be used. That's why I've got all this stuff here, and I need to keep on using these products and playing with them so that I familiarize myself with them. And I think, the more we work with these things, the more we have them in our hands and we play and produce something, the better we get at these things, the better we feel about our creations and the combinations that we're coming up with. And so I think it's training us to work. I have other pieces. I have other large pieces that I could go work on, but I really wasn't feeling in the mood to do that. So this was just kind of an icebreaker for me today, getting out of my head and creating something. So I want my art to be authentic, and I think that's what I was thinking about when I chose the word authentic for this page. I want to be wise about what I'm doing. I want to be authentic about what I'm doing. And so, there are a lot of videos out there on glue books, on all that process. I want my process to be my process, not somebody else's. And so that's why I'm creating in the fashion that I'm creating. I felt that this particular page, when I flipped the page to this, was the one that I was going to work on the longest today. This is not what you're going to see every time I'm working on a stick-it journal page, because a lot of times all I'm going to do is just stick stuff down. And I hope that it inspires you to get out some of the things that you have. Find a book, find a magazine, find a composition book, find one of your junk journals that you've made, and just have a play, because this is a way to bring us back to our art, to help us start thinking about our own satisfaction and our own joy in creating. So I hope you're enjoying this, and I hope you do join me and use the hashtag. I do have my first one, this one, posted on Instagram, so if you're posting on Instagram, you can use it there. You can use it on Art Joy is Sharing, which is our Facebook group, because I will be posting this in our Facebook group also. And just have fun, just play for the, it's not about creating something wonderful or the most beautiful piece of art you've ever done. It's about the process. It's all about the process. We need to create, because that's who we are. That is where we are the happiest, is when we are in our own space creating for ourselves. So we don't want to get stuck. We do want to make a stick-to-it journal and use things up, stick things down, and keep going. So I hope this encourages you, pulls you out of the rut. We don't want to be stuck anywhere other than maybe on a page with some glue and some paper and having a lot of fun. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you enjoyed this. Bye for now.